Solving by substitution. Solving by substitution. So again, our answer is still a system. We're still working with two equations, and we're looking for where those two lines intersect, where they cross. So we're going to use the mathematical idea of substitution. If I'm going to substitute, I'm going to replace a variable with a value. You replace a variable, a letter, with a value. Notice it doesn't say a number. Sometimes you replace it with a number. What if I had 3x and I told you that x equals 2? How could you do that problem? If I said 3x, hey, by the way, x equals 2. How would you do that problem? What would you do, Katie? Yeah, I'd take 3, and instead of x, I'd substitute the value of 2. And 3 times 2 is 6. We've done this before, right? I mean, this is all the way back to maybe 6th grade. It's unfortunately not quite that easy. If I gave you the problem 3 plus 6y, I'm actually going to change that to minus, okay? 3 minus 6y. And I told you that y equals x plus 2. What would you do if you're substituting? If you're replacing a variable with a value. If you know if our problem is 3 minus 6y, and I tell you, hey, you guys, y is equal to x plus 2, what are you going to substitute? What are you going to do, Julia? Instead of y, I'm going to put x plus 2, right? 3 minus 6. Remember, whenever we substitute, we use parentheses. Instead of y, I'm going to put x plus 2. Why do I do that? Because y is equal to x plus 2, so I'm substituting. I circled it. Then I can solve it. I can distribute that negative 6. 3 minus 6x. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12. Can you do anything else? 3 and negative 12 can go together. Negative 6x. What? What's 3 minus 12, Ian? Minus 9. So we have to get our head wrapped around the idea that what we substitute is not going to be just a simple plain number. What we substitute is most likely going to be an expression. And you may say, like, but Mrs. Long, why are we learning this? What's the point? You substitute. Y-O-U. You substitute When one equation, how many equations are in a system? 2. When one equation is y equals. When one equation is written y equals. Typically, the other is in standard form. So when you're doing these problems tonight, you're going to have 2 problems, but you can't graph both of them. Only one equation is y equals. One is graphable, the other is not. Only one of the equations is graphable. And there are 4 easy steps that we follow. 1. Substitute the value. And remember, value is most likely a whole math problem. 1. Substitute the value. 2. Solve for the variable. 1 we substitute, 2 we solve. 3. We substitute the solution into the y equals equation. Substitute the solution into the y equals equation. And number 4 is write the ordered pair x comma y. Substitute the value. Solve for the variable. Substitute the solution, so whatever answer we get, into the y equals equation, and write the ordered pair. X value comma y value. And here's example number 1. Y equals x minus 4. And 5x plus 4y equals 11. Now you're going to say, wait a second, Mrs. Long. We had problems like this yesterday. I can graph that top one, and I just need to get y alone on the bottom. Do you agree? You don't have to write this down, but watch. 5x plus 4y equals 11. How do you get y alone? Minus 5x from both sides. 4y equals negative 5x plus 11, correct?
Yeah.
Then I divide by 4. Y equals negative 5 over 4x. What's 11 divided by 4? 11 over, do you know how to graph 11 fourths? Have you ever had a fraction right here? No, we've never had a fraction right here. This is why we cannot graph this problem. We have to use substitution. So here we go. I like to highlight the one where the y is alone. It's a little reminder to me that that's the one that I'm working with. So that means instead of y, what do you substitute? Instead of y, you're going to put x minus 4. So down here, 5x stays the same, plus 4. But instead of y, what did I put? X minus 4 equals 11. Instead of the variable y, we're putting x minus 4. All right, now this is just basic algebra. 5x stays the same. Positive 4 times x is plus 4x, positive, right? So I put a plus. 4 times negative 4, negative 16 equals 11. Is there anything else I can do? What? 5x plus 4x is 9x minus 16 equals 11. Alyssa, what do I do now? Perfect. Add 16 to both sides. Nine x equals 27. Divide by 9. X equals 3. I'm not done. The unfortunate part is this problem takes a little bit of work. Step 1, substitute the value. Did it. Step 2, solve for the variable. Did it. X equals 3. Step 3, substitute the solution into the y equals equation. So I go back up here. Instead of y equals x minus 4, what am I going to put? Instead of x, I'm going to put in 3. Y equals 3 minus 4. Y equals negative 1. What's my fourth step? Write the ordered pair, x comma y. So, my solution is 3, negative 1. Want to do one more?
No, not really.
We have plenty of time.
Alright, either of these are homework? Both of them?
Wait and see. Which one am I substituting? Top or bottom? Which one gets put in where? Top goes into the bottom equation. Sometimes the one is on the bottom and it goes into the top. You just have to find the one where y is alone. So let's substitute. Instead of y, what gets put into the problem? 2x plus 8. Negative 1x minus 5 parentheses 2x plus 8 equals 4. I substitute. Now we solve. Negative 1x. Distribute the negative 5. What's negative 5 times 2x? Negative 10x. What's negative 5 times 8? Negative 40 equals 4. Let's keep simplifying. Is there anything else I can do? Negative 1 minus 10x, right? Negative 1x minus 10x is negative 11x. Minus 40 equals 4. Add 40. Negative 11x equals 44. Divide by negative 11. X equals negative 4. Am I done? That's my answer? No. I go back to my original problem, the one I highlighted, the y equals problem. And instead of x, I'm substituting negative 4. Instead of x, I'm substituting negative 4. Y equals 2 times negative 4 plus 8. Y equals, what's 2 times negative 4? Negative 8 plus 8? 0. What's your final answer? Negative 4, comma, 0. It's an ordered pair, remember? Not slope. And the reason we do it this way is because if you solve for y, if you tried to graph it, you wouldn't be able to because it's not pretty and it won't graph right.